Meet Arvin, who is cuddly, easygoing, and likes kids. Lily is calm, vocal, and friendly. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's super senior Starlight Glimmer. Like puppies, but it's not a good time to adopt? Fosters are needed. We asked Ashley, and she will tell you more. Plus kitties with unique stories, and Dog Alley. It's time for Pick Your Next Pet at the ACAPL.
So Arvin here has kind of a special story, although don't they all? He is probably just under a year old, or maybe about a year. Definitely a young one. He is a super sweetheart, honestly. Very, very cuddly, clingy, loves attention. I definitely could see him getting along well with other dogs. He seems like he really wants to play, and he technically did come in with other dogs. He is already fixed, up to date on his vaccines. He's 100% ready to go. He's been very well behaved here for the most part. He actually was found as part of a group of 3. They were left abandoned out in the middle of nowhere. I believe it was Schaefer Road in Ashtabula County, down south a little bit. And him and the 2 dogs he was with all seemed to stay together in a similar area, and people were seeing them every day for a couple days. We finally, heard wind of it and decided to go and get them. So we were able to get the first 2, no problem. They were shy, but they did come up to us. Arvin, on the other hand, was too scared at that time. He kept backing away, running away. So we ended up setting a trap for him. So he did have to be trapped out there in the woods all alone. And the person who was watching the trap with a trail cam went and got him as soon as she saw and took him home. So we spent one night in a little foster home, and then he came in here, and he was a little scared at first, but after a few days he warmed right up to all of us, and he's going to do the same thing with you. Right now he's jumping all over Bob, trying to get love and attention.
Yeah, he's doing good.
He's definitely come out of his shell quite a bit, and he just pretty much loves everybody he meets, but he really likes kids. Like, he will curl right up in their lap if they're just sitting down waiting for him. So he may have come from a home with children, because he definitely seems to have experience with them. I just think he's a nice size, a good medium, medium size.
And I think he's got the bat signal on his neck over here.
Yeah, so you might get to meet Batman if you adopt him. But yeah, good medium size. He walks well on the leash. He clearly likes treats. So not super trained yet, but I know that he'll get there. He knows sit. He seems a little stubborn about it. Sit. But either way, I'm proud of him. He's come really far. A lot of dogs that have to be trapped really struggle with that afterwards, and he really came around pretty quickly. So I really hope he gets adopted soon, because he's just an absolute sweetheart. Sit. Come here. Sit. You want to do it, I know. Sit.
So close.
I heard that burp. Sit.
Yeah.
Yes, what a good boy. You wanna follow me up the stairs? Up. Come on up. It's okay. Come on. You're okay. Come on.
Go on there, Arvin.
You can do it. Up. Up. You want to just jump? Come on, jump up then. Jump up. Up.
I like the white on his neck.
Yeah. I like the tip of his tail.
Yeah.
You scaredy? Okay.
First I thought he had like a looking through the lens, it looked like he had like a flea collar on or something.
Wait, hey. My toy? Here. You got wings on my hand. Let's find you a ball. Real quick, real quick. Is there one in here that McCoy hasn't destroyed? Let's find it. You found it. I want it. Uh-huh. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah. Oh, yes, he still got the itchy skin. So, Miss Lily here, you might also hear me call her Princess. I will say her name here at the shelter, we call her Princess. But, her legal name or her name on the website is Lily. So I call her Princess, but it's also Lily. She came to us with that name. It was Princess Lily with a bunch of other names too. I don't know why her name was so long. Don't ask me, ask her previous owners. So even though we do know where she came from, we don't have much information on her. Unfortunately, the family that she came from just didn't really care about her. I'll put it that way. They had a lot of other priorities and stuff going on in their lives, and a neighbor reported them for just not taking care of her, leaving her outside all the time, unattended, loose in the yard, and she was staying in their yard, but just not quite doing what a good dog parent should do. So humane agents went to investigate, and they ended up just taking her, and they signed the surrender, but did not give us any information about her.
Well, thank God for the neighbors.
Right? At that point, that was the best option. But honestly, she's such a good dog. You would not know that she came from a home that did not care about her. She is super duper sweet and loving. As far as other dogs go, she seems tolerant of them. I don't think she'd want like a crazy dog in her home or someone super big that's going to pick on her. But I think she could easily get along with other more laid back dogs. She's a little on the older side. No, I mean like she's probably 3 or 4 in comparison to majority of our dogs are around a year to 2 years. So a little on the other side, out of the puppy phase, out of the crazy phase. I would say housebroken because she does her absolute best to not go potty in her kennel. She will hold it quite a while. When we came out here just now, she went as soon as she got out here.
Yeah.
So she's very good that way. And I love her. A dog like her, I don't understand why they're sitting here. It's funny though, another thing about her, she is a little bit vocal. So when she really wants something, which is usually to go outside, she can be quite a talker. She'll like does a little bit of like, it's more like crying, but you know, I think that makes it all the more cute and sweet. So it does not bother me a bit. I really like her, and I think that she'd be a good fit for probably a calmer home. But I could see like the longer she's with someone, getting more and more comfortable, that she could be a good like adventure buddy. Maybe, you know, go out to restaurants with you like that in the summer. I think she'd love it, and I'd love to see that for her. So hopefully someone comes to get her.
She can read from menus. So
oh yeah, absolutely. She's definitely smart enough. Come here. No, too distracted because you see your friend, huh? Yeah. See what's going on. Come here. I go cookies. Come here.
You need to put up some security cameras with the televisions in the dogs' kennels, because all of them like to see what's going on out here.
Right? Come here. What's going on? Hi. We said. Sit. You feel like you know, you just don't want to do it. Shake's treat's so gentle. Here. I got more. He said. All the way. That is so precious. You're precious. Oh. Yes, you are. You're so precious. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, that feel good. Does that feel good? Squitchy, squitchy, squitchy on your butt. Squitchy on your butt. Yeah. Oh, I just love her. I just love you. Will you follow the cookie up the stairs?
She got interesting marks too.
Come here. Good girl. Okay, wait. Oh,
No, be careful.
Sit. You, look at you. You're beautiful. So well posed. Do you shake? Do you know how to shake? Do you know anything else?
Can you do portrait painting?
You barely know how to sit. Oh, careful. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
We need somebody that can do portrait painting here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no.
You're gross. You're gross. Right. So this little one is Starlight Glimmer. But it's not just her I want to talk about. I'd like to talk about her and the group of dogs that came in with her. So we actually had a group of 10 little dogs all come in together. What's going on back there? Their owners were in very, very poor health and made the decision to surrender them to us, which ultimately was a very good idea. They all have varying degrees of some health issues. Nothing super uncommon as far as little dogs go. So a lot of them do have some yucky teeth. Starlight Glimmer here is estimated to be about 14 years old. So as you can guess, she's got some rough teeth. These guys do primarily eat wet food here. That's all I've seen them eat. I have not really seen them eat any kibble. Again, perfectly fine at their age and with their teeth condition. I'm okay with that. They're really well behaved, honestly. They do use potty pads. And other than that, they're really good about just curling up on their bed. They don't, they don't make a huge mess. I don't really see them ever play with toys. Like I said, they mostly do just curl up. I think that her and all the littles we have right now have the potential to be very cuddly little lap dogs, but right now they're on the shy side. So I am recommending to adopters to kind of give them either their own room or get them a nice size crate. You have a playpen set up here in our little dog room for them, just to start to build that bond. And then I think after a few days, a few weeks, they'll come around and they'll recognize you as their owner now and be comfortable. But some of them are more friendly than others. She's very good. She doesn't, shy away or anything, but even right now she's kind of shaken in my hands, which a lot of people will say is just a Chihuahua thing, and to an extent that's true, but I think it's still her telling me that she's a little uncomfortable. She's doing.
You can hear the dogs back there barking. That's gotta be weird.
The dogs are really scary. Even right now, these cats might be a little scary. She did live with cats. I will say that they said there were a couple cats in the home. We haven't been able to find them, unfortunately, but there are kitties in the home, so I don't really have any concerns about them. I mean, again, they're really calm and shy right now, so I don't see them chasing a cat at all. So yeah, they're a great option for, older people or people that know they just don't live a super active lifestyle and don't want a crazy dog in the home. They're a pretty good option, as long as you're willing to take on some of those small dog and senior dog health issues. But they're pretty sweet, so come say hi. You pretty baby, huh?
Welcome to Ask Ashley, and you have a lot of puppies, or you're going to have a lot of puppies.
We sure do.
And you're going to need some help.
Yes, absolutely. So this Ask Ashley portion is going to be a call out for fosters. So
Not the glasses.
No, not through classes. We are going to need, people always ask us, what do you guys need? What do you guys need? Sometimes we just need people. We need help. We need hands. In this case, we need people who are willing to open up their homes to a couple of puppies. We have, what did I say, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
I think it's 3 active litters right now, 1 that's possibly pregnant. So 3 litters right now that are in foster. They're all about the same age, and they will be ready to be separated from mom in probably like a few weeks, 2 to 3. Some will be ready even sooner than that. And then when that happens, it's still too early to get them fixed. So there's this gap of time in between when they are ready to be weaned from mom, usually, and sometimes that can result in mom literally rejecting them, like pushing them away. I don't want you to nurse anymore. I don't want to be around you. So at that point, we separate them. And the puppies need to still go to a foster. They're still too young to be here. They don't have all their vaccines. They're not healthy enough to be here. So we'd like to send them to fosters just for that couple week span in between when they wean from mom and then when they can be fixed and start going to their forever homes. Our stipulations are that they must go in groups of 2, preferably 3, just for socialization purposes. When they're young is when they learn how to play with other dogs. When you separate a dog from its mom and from its siblings too early, that tends to be how you end up with dogs with a lot of behavior problems that don't know how to properly interact with another dog. Even if maybe you have another dog in the home, you bring a young puppy in, those 2 dogs get along, but that puppy still is not going to be able to meet and interact with other dogs later on in its life. It is super essential for a dog to learn how to play healthily, and they do that when they're puppies. You know, they've got those real sharp teeth when they're babies, so they learn how hard they can and can't bite each other based on when their sibling cries out. Yeah. So they learn at that age what they can and can't do. Even beyond that, so once they're separated from mom, and if you adopt a puppy and it's at that young age of 3 months to 6 months, that is still a super essential time period in that puppy's life. If you don't have other dogs in your home, try to set up puppy play dates with your friends or things like that. Even there's Facebook groups out there for this kind of stuff, dog socializing. That's a super important time period to have them meet and play with other dogs to help them learn manners. They're at that age where they're learning everything. You're doing all the training in your home. Socializing is a big part of that too.
So it's kind of interesting is that a puppy may be old enough to say bye mom, but isn't old enough to say bye to brother and sister.
Correct, yes. For their social well-being and mental well-being, they definitely still need to stay with their siblings. So that's what our hope is, to send them in groups of 2 or 3. And I will say 2 of our groups right now are on the smaller side. So you could have just a big crate in a room, or we do have some play pens we can send home with people, and that should be enough space. If you do half potty pads, half blankets, you still got to clean them a couple times a day, feed them a couple times a day, but that's really it as far as foster puppies go. Now, if you want to do more, if you work from home or you stay home all the time and you want to let them out and roam your house and start working on housebreaking, we love that too. Yeah. But if not, no big deal. So this is a call out for your fosters. If you've ever been interested, please reach out, because now is the time we need a lot of people. They just can't be here. Number 1, we don't have the time to clean them. We're very, very full right now. But number 2 is just for their safety.
And also, you provide medical care and food and that sort of thing, right?
Absolutely. So one big benefit that people might not know is that we do provide everything they need. So we'll send you with a big bag of food. We'll send you with puppy formula if you need it, wet food. If you want blankets and beds from us, we'll be happy to provide that. Like I said, playpens, crates, whatever else you need. We provide everything. And then when they're ready for any shots or updates, we reach out to you. You bring them in. When it's time to get them fixed, we reach out to you. So none of that is your responsibility. They just need a place to be.
And how do the puppies then, when they're past the need to be with a foster, are they quickly adopted out? Or?
Puppies are usually very quickly adopted. The best thing you can do is post about them on your own social media. Let people know that you're fostering. Here's the puppies you have. If you get really, really cute pictures of them, send them to us. Yeah. Then we can get them posted, start talking about them, show them to potential adopters. Usually we have a whole folder full of puppy applications, people that specifically want about 3-month-old puppies. So they do get adopted very quickly, and I love that when they go directly from a foster home to an adoptive home. It's safer for them, it's healthy for them mentally too. It's great. It usually works out great. Plus then the foster knows a little bit about their personality and can share that with the potential adopter, and that helps adopters kind of know what kind of puppy they're getting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So this is my boy Spruce.
Like a tree?
Yes, just like the tree. He came from a group, I think all the cats got like tree or plant themed names. Hi, buddy. So he's kind of a special case here, and if you are interested in him and you call, they can pull up his file and give you a little more detail. But he does have a condition with which his, I basically the best way to word it is that his mouth basically rejects his teeth. So he will constantly look like hi. He will constantly look like his gums are inflamed, and that he has issues going on in his mouth. He just had to have surgery and had a good chunk of his teeth taken out. He still has a few, but he may need the rest removed later in life, depending on how things go. And the condition that he has, there's no cure for it, and it's not fatal by any means. Obviously, cats love to eat wet food, so that part is not a problem. But the key is just that, keeping him on wet food so that his gums don't get extra irritated and start having infections and things like that. He was an extremely shy and shut down cat when he first got here. We thought that maybe he would end up having to be a rodent ranger, which is what we call our cats that we don't feel are really house cats, but that are like nice enough and healthy enough and fixed that they could go live in a barn and still do some hunting and stuff like that. Yes, our mouser cats. But then we got a closer look at him and realized what was going on with his mouth, and we figured he's probably just so uncomfortable. We started him on some meds, which he was not a fan of. I will warn you of that. He does not like to be scruffed to give him meds. And once we got those meds in him, he started feeling a little bit better, started eating again, all that stuff. And then post-surgery, I mean, look at this guy. This is a completely different cat. He is so sweet, so friendly, so cuddly and playful, like gets excited to see everybody in the morning. So we are just so happy that we figured out what was going on. I believe it was actually a volunteer. Her name is Rose. If you're ever in here, say hi to Rose. She got him out to clean his ears and check his nails like she does with majority of our cats. And she noticed how bad his gums look, brought it to our attention, and then we got him a vet appointment and got the ball rolling on everything. So he has Rose to thank, and then he also has our volunteer Denise to thank for just helping socialize him and everything, even while he was still scared and uncomfortable. So now his mouth looks kind of funny. It's still a little swollen. He doesn't quite know what to do with his tongue. But other than that, he is a happy, loving cat. He did come from a home with other cats, so I think he'd be okay with other cats. Maybe calmer, like not super playful kittens or in his face, but I think he could definitely be around other kitties. So I hope that someone gives him a chance and just learns a little bit more about his condition and takes him home. So this little girl is Smokey. She is very, very new here. She just came in the other day. And she is, I don't even know what to call her. She is from a case. Our dog wardens got a call about a dog. The people were homeless. They were living in an abandoned, a shack of an abandoned, like, industry building. Like a guard shack. Okay. That's the word I'm looking for. A guard shack of an abandoned building. And they go to get the dog and do all that. And then as they're like loading the dog up and about to leave, this little cat just comes running out of the guard shack. Just meow, 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 going crazy, talking. I mean, clearly it's just a kitten. So they were like, we can't leave this kitten behind. Now, if you've ever called and asked, typically, no, the APL does not take in stray cats. But this kitten is in very good health, very, like, in good shape, well fed. Probably didn't ever get medical attention, but otherwise, clearly they have been taking care of her. Even though they're not living in a real house, they've been taking care of her. And honestly, their dog was in decent shape too. It's just that now they abandoned them. They left the animals. So they kind of considered this an abandoned house cat, which we do take in. If people leave their cats in their apartments and they move out, we take them. So we looked at this as similar to that and figured we may as well take her too. So she got the name Smokey because I don't know what they were burning in that little, guard shack. They probably had a little fire to keep warm, and she smelled very strongly of firewood and smoke when they picked her up. So here she is with us now. Just a simple little sweet tiger kitten. She's probably about 3 to 4 months old, I would say, based on her size. She could also just be a really small cat, but I think that she's definitely young. So she'll still need fixed, but that we should get that done here. Next week we have appointments for our kitties, so she'll be fixed and ready to go by then.
walking a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog, I ain't thinking about you. Don't need no one to tie me down. I'm a walking the dog and a painting the town. Such an easy